Alright, second graders, today we are working on our winter trees. So my example I showed you is tall, it's vertical, it's on green paper, takes up the whole paper from the top to the bottom. I am also giving you the choice of blue paper today, so if you would rather use blue you can, and you can also do your project horizontal. So I'm going to demonstrate that way. That just means my paper is a little bit shorter, it's not tall. So, bottom corner, I'm going to start with a pencil, and I am going to draw a line for the ground. If I use pencil for this video, you're going to have a hard time seeing it. So I am actually going to outline that line in white crayon, so you can kind of see how I just had it just a little bit off the bottom. And trees. If I use my paper horizontal, I could get 3 trees today. If I use it tall, I'll probably only fit 2. So in pencil, hard for you to see that, I am going to go ahead and use a black crayon right away. Please use a pencil first. So my tree has overlapped the ground. I made it pretty thick, maybe 2 of my fingers thick. The branches. We just looked on the smartboard how trees look a lot like the letter Y. So there's the beginning of my letter Y. Right now I've got this weird space in the middle. I'm actually going to fill it in. Looks like the letter V in the middle, but it just made my Y into a bubble letter. So if I was using pencil, I would start to add more branches. So we talked about branches are the letter Y. Sometimes they're going sideways, sometimes they're up and down, sometimes they look like real Ys. Even this thick part of my branch right here, if I just chopped it off and ended it, it might look a little bit funny. So I might have that go into a Y as well. And maybe over here, a thicker Y. So I am starting to color this in, and you can do the same thing. Once you feel like you've got enough drawn in pencil, go ahead and pull out a black crayon. I am pressing hard, and I'm going over all of my branches really nice and dark so it looks like a real silhouette. Some of my branches I'm coloring them a little bit thicker, making thicker lines. And then what's really going to help with this tree is if I keep adding more branches. See how these ones are just a little bit skinnier? Even my branches can have branches, can have branches, can have branches. So coloring really dark, filling in all that space with branches, all the way down to the bottom, coloring dark. So if I space this out horizontal, I might fit another tree here, and I still have plenty of space on my paper to fit another tree. Okay, 1, 2, 3 trees horizontal. So I am not going to finish this whole thing for the video. I do want to show you the snow part. So pretend I've finished that tree. You will find paint cups and paintbrushes on Mrs. Cleary's table. First thing you're definitely going to want to paint today is the ground. You want it to look like it is a snow-covered forest. So I am painting the whole ground. When you get that finished, you want to make it look like it's really snowed in the forest. So you might have some snow that's collected in those parts of the V's or the Y's. You might have some snow dabbed on the branches. Snow probably wouldn't go in the middle of there because it's hanging upside down. It's only going to go in those spots where it could fall. So after you have some snow on your trees, you can choose to add some snow in the background. Notice how I'm doing tiny dots. I have seen second graders at this point make some silly choices, and they start to just make huge snowballs. It's not going to look the greatest, and it's going to ruin your awesome tree drawings. Snow can fall over trees, so it's okay to put some snow on them as well. When you are finished, Mrs. Cleary will have glued a name tag on, and it can go into the drying rack.